is Cuba, and we are headed to Georgetown, Grand Cayman. Good morning. Today is day 3 of the cruise, and it is our first at-sea day, which means this is the perfect time for a ship tour. The Reflection was launched in 2012, and its tonnage is 126,000. There are approximately 1,500 staterooms that can hold around 3,000 passengers. Let us begin the tour. The lowest deck of the ship is Deck 2, and this is the gangway where you can get on and get off of the ship. This is also where you will find the medical facility where there is a doctor and medical staff on board. But hopefully you'll never need to see that. Up in Deck 3, we have the main atrium, as I like to call it. This is a large space where you can watch performances, dance, party, do activities, and so on. We were here for a New Year's sailing, so some of the Christmas decorations that look so nice were still there. This is what it looks like normally, a very grand hall where you can do lots of dancing, whatever this kind of dancing is, as well as disco parties from decades of long ago. Port or left side of the ship, we have guest relations. This is where you can handle some customer service inquiries. Starboard or right side of the ship is the passport bar and the shore excursions desk if you prefer not to book them through the app. There are also these photo frames of the Celebrity Reflection being built and what it looked like when it first set sail. Aft or back side of the ship is the Opus dining room. This is included in the cruise fare. Higher class packages will get you into exclusive restaurants like Lumine. This is for people who book the suites in the retreat package. Opus has 2 floors, so on Deck 4 is the upper level of the dining room. The lower level is for people who have set dinner times, and the upper level is for people like us with select dining. These are flexible dining times, so you aren't guaranteed the same table every time, and you might have a different waiter. But since we always booked the same time, we mostly got the same table 477 with the same wonderful staff. Midship is the martini bar with a lot of comfortable seating all around. And then there's Cellar Masters, which is another nice lounge that specializes in different wine selections. Now let's hit the slots and go over to Fortune's Casino where you can either lose more money or win big. They also give each passenger a $5 credit on their account to use on these games, but I didn't even know how to activate any of these machines, so I couldn't even use it if I wanted to. Don't ask me any questions about the casinos or bars, I don't know. Outside of the casino is a nice little shopping hall. There are a few stores that are selling accessories, jewelry, clothing, and a marketplace that has all sorts of things for your traveling needs. I like looking at the cruise t-shirts, and beside this was also a liquor store. There's also the art gallery across from the shops, and you can look at some of the fine art or maybe purchase one that they will then ship to you. We are heading over now to the Celebrity Central, a smaller atrium where people host events, have little parties, just another space for these activities. Further down is a conference center for people who are meeting here for business. Finally, at the ship's forward is the Reflection Theater. This is where you can watch a unique live show every evening. There were 2 show times and the seats are first come first served, so make sure to come early so you can get a spot. Heading up to Deck 5 is the Sushi on 5 Japanese restaurant. This is a specialty restaurant with an a la carte menu. This would not be included in the price of the cruise. Then there's Cafe Al Baccio that has specialty coffees that can be paired with complimentary desserts. If you want something cold and sweet, there's also a gelateria and a sitting area here. These are specialty ice creams that aren't too expensive. Deck 5 is also where you can access this boardwalk and have a look at the lifeboats. It's actually pretty scary coming here at nighttime because it's so dark outside and all that's separating you from the ocean is this little rail. Not a pleasant place to be when it's windy. Let's head inside. We're back at the aft of the ship where there is an ensemble lounge which has Michael's Club and a few specialty restaurants and a bar. This is a spot where you will often find live musicians. Over here is Michael's Club, which is an exclusive lounge for suite class guests. Here's the bar where you can enjoy a drink while listening to some more live music. Here's Murano, another specialty restaurant specializing in French cuisine. Past the Ensemble Lounge, you will find 3 more specialty restaurants. This is the Blue Restaurant, which is another exclusive restaurant for the Aqua Class guests. Over here is the Tuscan Grill. That is another specialty restaurant focusing on Italian cuisine. The last specialty restaurant is Cuisine that has a Le Petit Chef experience. There's like a little animation on your dinner table that moves as you eat your meal. This was just one of the animated paintings that was outside of the restaurant. Back in midship, there are more boutiques over here to go shopping, and then you will reach another bar. This is the Molecular Bar. More boutiques selling perfume and handbags. Here's the top floor of Celebrity Central, and then you will see that there is a photo gallery where they still do print some physical photographs. And again, at the very front of the ship is the top level of the Reflection Theater. So cool. Look at it. Now let's explore all the stateroom decks that go from deck 6 to 12. Near the aft elevator are these unique lounges for each deck. This is the iLounge, where you can purchase authorized Apple accessories and use any of these iMacs. You can only use these to access the internet, which you can purchase separately. You can connect through your smart devices or on these computers here. We bought an internet package for 2 devices and shared it among our family by just signing in and out of the account. Deck 7, this is the Hideaway. This is a very cool treehouse style lounge with lots of seating. It was one of the first places we visited when we first boarded the ship. My grandma was happy to try all of the different seats. It can get a bit loud when things are going on down in the atrium. Here's also a floating tree, and that's the Hideaway. Deck 8, this is just the upper level of the Hideaway. The rest of this deck just has staterooms, and then you see this big round nest where you can take a seat. Deck 9, this is where our stateroom is, and there is a game room called Game On. Lots of tables and a selection of board games to choose from. Some tables have touchscreens so that you can play these games. That's it for our floor, and now let's head up to Deck 10. This is the library. This is one of my favorite lounges because it just looks really nice, but it always feels like somebody's watching you. There aren't a lot of well-known best-selling books, because if there were, they would have been taken by passengers. But I did find some books in other languages and even found some manga. There's also a spot to do puzzles, but I'm sure there are missing pieces, and that is the beautiful library. Deck 11 is the upper part of the library where there are just 2 seats for you to relax on each side. Deck 12 is where you can find the concierge, just another place where you can ask more questions about your cruising. At the ship's forward is also the spa area and the fitness center. It's much bigger. This is the most footage I could get, and there's this sitting area outside. So that's it for the majority of the stateroom decks and their little lounges. It's time to head up to the pool deck. This is the Ocean View Cafe where you can get breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We always get our breakfasts and lunches here, and there's a huge variety of foods that change every day. The drink station has all of the water and some juices that come through these dispensers, and there's also your coffee and tea. Lots of beautiful desserts that are out every day. And the ice cream parlor is also very popular. You can get soft serve and hard scoop ice cream. Sometimes there are long lines for this ice cream that people even cut in line just to get it. But don't worry, there's a lot of ice cream where that came from. You will get it. There's ice cream all day, every day. This is the buffet of the Ocean View Cafe, and surrounding it is all of the different seating areas. It does get pretty packed, so there are lots of tables. There's also an outdoor seating area where you can eat your food and get some fresh air, as well as the outdoor views. This is the aft of the ship, so let's head back to midship. This is where the main pools are out in the sun, and there are hundreds of these lounge chairs equipped with a towel so that you can sit back, relax, and enjoy your vacation. Depending on the day and what time you're here, it can be super quiet or really busy. This is where parties happen. I love walking here in the evening when there's just nobody here at all. It's such a huge contrast seeing the morning so busy and then nighttime, it's like you're the only one on the ship. My favorite pool is in the solarium. This section is exclusive to adults only, so you have to be 16 years and older to use this space. Sorry kids, but the adults need to relax. Since this is kind of like a greenhouse, it gets really humid and a nice warm, cozy feeling here. So I love coming in here and just sitting down, looking at this fountain, and just enjoying the peaceful music that they're playing. We're here in the solarium at nighttime, and no one is here because they're all eating dinner. We have to try swimming here at least once during the cruise. There's also the spa cafe here. It's not open right now, but when it is, you can get some snacks while you're swimming. There's a lot of people here in the mornings, but at nighttime, not a single person. Now we're at the very forward of the ship. There's the Sky Observation Lounge, another sitting area with lots of seats and a bar, so you can have a drink and pretend to be the captain, because this is the closest to what the captain's view might look like from his end. We're almost done. This is deck 15. We're back at midship and there's a ping pong table in there. For sporty people, there is a jogging track here that overlooks the pool deck and more lounge chairs to get your tan in. We didn't come to this side very often, but there's a mast bar that overlooks the pool and the mast grill where you can get burgers. And one of my favorite parts to any cruise ship is a self-serve, soft-serve ice cream machine. This one only had chocolate, but that is my favorite flavor. For families with teens and or children, there are these clubs exclusively for teenagers and children to hang out with other teenagers and children, do some activities. They have some counselors here who will watch over them. My brother and I never did these things really. During our cruises, we like to hang out with our parents a lot and just do activities with them. But this kids camp was watching Turning Red, which sounded really fun. Forward of the ship, there is a half court here for you to play basketball, but it can get pretty windy. There is an extra deck 16 called the Solstice deck that is only accessible through these stairs. It's just another area for you to get some sun and relax. And this is the very top of the ship. Back on deck 15 midship, there is this little corner called the studio, and this is a fine art photography studio where you can get some portraits taken. More sitting areas here, and then there is the porch, which is another specialty restaurant. This is a seafood and raw bar where you can enjoy fresh seafood and enjoy the sea views. A bit further down is another specialty restaurant called the Lawn Club Grill. This is right beside the huge grass lawn that could definitely use some more water. If you're tired of the ocean and you miss the land, this is the closest thing you'll get to your backyard. I really love the giant Muskoka chairs, and it does remind me of a nice big suburban backyard. You can even watch the game on the giant TV. Go Raptors! This area is called the Lawn Club, of course because of all the dying grass here. And there's also some more dying grass where you can play bocce ball or lawn bowling. You can even practice some mini putt and look out at the sea. Finally, the last area that we covered on the ship is the Sunset Bar, another place to get drinks. I'm sure those of you who have drink packages will have a great time. That is it for the ship tour. I think I covered most things. Day 3 is still an at-sea day, and I didn't spend all of that time just looking around the ship. I still wanted to sign up for some activities to do with my brother. So after we relaxed in our staterooms and looked out at the sea long enough, we headed over to the atrium to try out their archery competition. The goal is to knock out 2 of those balls and you'll get one of the prizes.
Everybody making a line for 2 persons, please. Hello. I'm the best teacher. We get 1. We got the blue.
Almost? It's okay, the prize was just a deck of cards. I'm here in the Grand Foyer for a digital scavenger hunt. Okay, now we have to find muster station D. Come, just take a picture. Now we're gonna take a picture of a Save the Waves sign and then someone sleeping. Okay, let's go. Okay, now we're getting a picture of the library. Okay, got a picture of the library. This is all that we have. We don't have a lot. I think this is all we can find for now. Okay, these are our scavenger photos. That's the potted plant. There's me at the library. Hold on. There's someone sleeping. That's the muster station. Here's me with the life ring. Then here's me with the map and the sanitation station. And then here's everyone else who participated in the scavenger hunt.
Afternoon. Okay, how are you?
Thank you.
Okay, enjoy.
Our canapes. Let's see. Today's watermelon and some mousse cake. What's on the menu?
What's on the menu?
Put your hands together for the Couple Function. Let's have fun moving. Did you like that? Yeah? Did you see those acrobats? Did you see the arms on that guy? I have arms like that. I call them legs.
In the evenings, I'm not much of a party person, but I also don't want to go to sleep yet. So one of the traditions that I do with my mom is that we will get a late night snack at the cafe and just eat whatever they have. Usually it's just pizza, but we've been doing this on every cruise. This is the Ocean View Cafe at nighttime for a late snack. This is at 11 p.m. and the Ocean View Cafe is still open with a few food choices still available, and there's still water and mainly teas. Young black tea, and then and then milk. You can make a milk tea. Tomorrow we'll be exploring Georgetown, Grand Cayman, and I hope you enjoyed this Celebrity Reflection cruise ship tour. Good night!